The issue is love. As has been stated, love is pure. What does that mean? What does the word purity mean?
Non-contaminated.
Without contamination. As we look at love, or as we look at our lives, we can see that love is rarely there. What is love? You cannot define it, but you know it when you feel it. You know it when you feel it. I dare say that if we made a minute-by-minute chart of our lives, of our day, minute by minute, 24 hours, we would find love there less often than insecurity, doubt, fear, anguish. Much of the time we feel nothing at all. Why? Because we are in our heads, and love does not appear in the head. Not in the head at all. The essence of love is from this center here. This is why you were given an exercise to keep your attention here at the tip of the sternum or at the heart. To feel. And when you do this, I'm sure you have noticed this is not present. And you feel good. It is pure love, without contamination of other thoughts. Love seeks naught but love. When we are possessive, we do not feel love. There is a hollowness. There is an anguish. Then we have damaged our own being. You could not exist without love. You could not exist as you are. You would not have the, quote, choices, and I quote in quotations, the choices that you exercise were not for love. If all that is were a selfish being, you would not be free. You would be kept with no leeway to find and express yourself. This is pure love. When all that is, or God, if you choose, saw his dream, immediately that dream was granted freedom. This is love. To do as it chooses, to go and be and grow as it would grow and be. This is pure love. Now I ask you, do you have the courage to love in this manner? Or is it in one moment you are filled with love and with light, and the next moment something else is there? Love is freedom. Love is freedom. When you arrive at a certain point in your life, you are going to find it very difficult to be with someone. Not because of you. Love is strength. To acquiesce to the lower feelings of possessiveness, jealousy, egoism is weakness. It is darkness. Love is light. Darkness cannot exist in light. Only light. Only light can be. The greatest lover will be a destroyer. There are always two sides to the coin. Love is light. Light destroys darkness. Egoism, selfishness cannot stand in light. So you're going to find it quite difficult finding someone to truly be with, or finding situations to truly be in, because they will be in great pain because you are there. Remember the words of Jesus. I have come to bring a sword. That sword is truth and light. It is not that he and he alone brought the sword. It is that anyone who pursues that which is true and who comes to love purely, those who do not have the purity of love are always in pain in the present. So it is going to be quite difficult, but yet it is a choice that must be made. Those who do not go toward the absoluteness of love, or the purity of love, act as an anchor. If it is allowed, they will make you stationary. This is not a bad tale that I am weaving. It is merely that which is true. To be a warrior, or to rise to the level of your own godliness, of your own being, you must sacrifice. I do not mean this in the way of the martyr, in the way that we think of martyrs. But it is a choice. What do you choose? You say, I feel this feeling in here. Wow, do I feel good? Oh, do I feel good? It is a choice between that feeling which is natural in man and being with one who chooses to feel negatively. If you choose the feeling within yourself and stay within the proximity, you will notice the pain that those who do not understand cause themselves. And again, that is a lack of responsibility on the part of that individual, and bears hell of an affirmation, boy. And bears no relationship to you. If you become clear, you will see this. It bears no relationship to you. The behavior of others toward you bears no relationship to you at all, but only relationship to their own thoughts and opinions. You cannot take the responsibility to bring others or to lift them. You may offer your assistance and your guidance, but you cannot make them do it. You cannot do it for them. That is the nature of life. That is the nature of godhood. That is the nature of being a warrior. All one warrior can do is wish another warrior well, offer guidance. That is all. Gods are equal. One cannot enslave another. It has been tried many times on this planet. Many, many times. It does not work. It is against the law. And I do not mean the legal system. One God respects the right of another. This is not a decision that has to be made with the head. When one is purely in love, it is inbuilt into pure love. It is built in. It comes with the package. It is not like buying a new car with you have to buy extras. It comes with the car. There is no thought of the limiting nature of selfishness. There is no thought to this. There is only love. And love says, do what you must do, because it is you who must work out the sums of your own life. And I will not stand in the way of your working out the sums of your life, for it is sinful. I cannot be in love and stand in the way of your path. The moment I stand in the way, the moment I grab hold of you, I am no longer in love. I am now in anguish. I am now upset. You must be with me because you choose to be with me. You must be with me because of love and for no other condition. I have cautioned you against the assumptive words, I will say. We. Speak for yourself and let others speak for themselves. Be the law in your own kingdom and allow others to be the law in theirs, for you have no other choice. When you attempt to do this, you have opened the door to great pain within yourself, because they cannot be other than what they are. I will not be other than what I am. And I must look at you with a jaundiced eye when you attempt to control my life. I must do what I must do. You must do what you must do. Now let us not misunderstand. We get into great pain and then we attempt to make decisions. Those are not loving decisions. Those are something else. So your decision making is not pure. The trip you have chosen, the path is narrow. It is as narrow as the width of a thought. One step to the right or to the left, and you are off the path. The laws of this universe are thin, very fine, but they are like fortresses. You cannot move them because they are the law. At the essence of every religion is the truth. I am not talking about the pomp, circumstances, bullshit, blah, blah, blah. There's a statement, God is love. Now you may put any name on that you wish. You may say Allah is love, Buddha is love. Does not matter. The key word is love. You think of that little passage, that little statement. Some of you had to say Bible verses before you ate. When you were a little kid, they made you say God is love. Jesus wept. I always thought it was Jesus swept, but it didn't. But it shows you the degree of understanding of what was being said. We were repeating, but you must think that that statement, God is love, the content of that statement, it's not just something you say before you eat. While you are salivating, God is love, and you're looking for the steak. Okay. That is a true statement. Being is love. we say, I don't want anybody to tell me what to do. I'm going to live my life. Well, let us understand what living our life means. Does it mean numbers of things and experiences? No, it does not. It is quality of experience. Quality of experience is simply this. I am there with all senses functioning at maximum capacity. All senses functioning. My sight, my hearing, the sense of smell, taste, feeling, which opens us to the psychic senses. All senses functioning at maximum capacity. I cannot do this when I am in my head. I cannot do this when I am out of love, because when I am out of love, I am into my head. I am into the judgments, opinions, thoughts about being someplace else, I cannot be here. This is living one's life. It is being alive now with all that is meant to functioning, picking up stimuli, information, experiencing the here and now. Know that when you are not listening to what someone is saying to you, you are not here. You are not here, you are here. And when you are here, you can be any place in this universe. Who knows where you are? You don't know where you are. Be aware. You can be driving your car and thinking about whatever. Stop for a moment and try and remember what you have seen on your way to where you are. Say, well, you have missed much. You are not here. You are not living your life. You had dulled or death. You had dulled yourself. You were not living your life. So living life is not the quantity of experiences, but the quality of experiences. Each and every step, you can only be here now. Only here now. Only here now. Now, now, now. Moment by moment. And then you will be in love. Because love is a natural part of your being. You think that love implies only people. It is not so. Everything. All is God, therefore all things have love as an inherent part of their being. To experience this love, you must be here with it. You must be bright. You must be alert. You must know what is happening. You must love the chair that you are sitting in because it loves you. For some of you, this seems far-fetched. It is only because it is not your experience, that is all. Perhaps you have never heard anyone talking about a chair loving you before. Well, it doesn't love you as your personality. The chair is not going to say, Maria, I love you. Let us not be ridiculous. You see, again, we must understand our perception of what it means and the sensation of what it means. It loves any and all simply because it is in touch with the pure love of itself. It is itself. It does not have the contamination of thoughts, selfishness, this kind of thing. Therefore, it experiences itself purely. You look for reasons to love. The chair simply loves. It is with its own nature, and its nature is as your nature is. If we look for reasons to love, if we look for reasons to be happy, you will never be happy. You can always find some reason not to be happy. All I am saying to you is stop that. Just stop it. But there is no but. You must adopt the attitude of a God. If God had said, well, I think I'll make me some people, but, constant but, it would not have happened. Buts keep everything from happening. But is doubt. I remember saying to a woman once, your mind is infinite. And she said, yes, but within limits. There is no such thing as a limited infinite, as a finite infinite. That is like saying the tall, short, skinny, fat man. It does not work. You must have purity of being. And in having purity of being, all will be well. You have reasons. You are logical. I would have you know that your logic and its logic are miles apart. Miles and miles apart. Some say that this trip is difficult. I say that is absolute nonsense. It is not difficult at all. There is no difficulty. It is, what are you willing to do? You are God. You have power. What do you mean, difficult? It is not difficult. You are lazy. Forgive me, but that's the bottom line. Nothing is free. You have to give something to get something. It's that simple. You also do not know what awaits you, and you are afraid. And what awaits you is only great joy. Joy like you have never, you can't imagine. You can't imagine, but you are afraid to go. You cannot believe the joy that awaits you when you are clean. When you let go of your tensions, your doubts, your fears, your worries. You cannot believe. You cannot believe it. The only way to know it is to go. You cannot know what this tastes like until, and this is mine. Want some? Get some. Get some. It's yours to have. The price you pay is contamination. You pay contamination. You give it away. You give it up. You let it go. And all there is to do is to make the decision to stay with the feeling within your heart and stay out of your head. How do you stop a head? The problem is you want to worry. You want to be like this. And it makes a terrible liar out of you. Now I want you to think about that. Be honest with yourself. Everybody else sees the lie. Why don't you? Everybody else is looking at you saying, wow, what a hypocrite. Look at that crap. You know, I hear it. I hear this one talking about that one talking about the other one. Everybody sees your stuff. But just because you're telling me what you see about them, they are saying to me what they see about you. So all I'm saying is it is a foolish game. Everybody sees it, so why don't you fess up? It doesn't make any sense. We run round and round. We are, what do you call those little rats that we buy as pets? Yeah, we run around the little treadmill. Yeah. We don't want to fess up. We give things fancy names and play games. Escargot, snail, beef bourguignon. It's beef stew.
Okay.
Goes well with cornbread and collard greens. You see, what I am saying to you is that the game is useless. It is useless. To adopt the attitude that is going to take you to where you want to go is honesty, is purity. Again, you're not going to glow. Not that kind of purity. Uncontaminated, pure focus thought. You have the concept of the laser. What is a laser? Concentrated light. Burn through anything. Pew. That is what a laser is. You concentrate the light. Concentrate. Pure light. You must learn to have pure being. You see, there is no problem. You want to pretend to be confused. We're like the little kid in school when the teacher says, I appreciate a child who asks questions, and we just ask questions. We make up some questions. We're playing the game of, that's stupid. You ask questions. You see, the whole idea of the teacher saying, I love a child that asks questions, because if the child is doing the work, the child asks questions that make sense, that lets the teacher know that the student has been studying and really has a question, because they are going to support the question with facts. We are playing the game of the child just asking the question. Daddy, why is the sky blue? Because God made it that way. Well, why did God make it like that? You see, I am saying to you, you see, you know what time it is, and I know what time it is. You are not being pure. You know as much as I. You just won't admit it. I admit it. I said to a woman yesterday in wherever I was, where was I? Newark, yeah. I said to her, she was new in the group, and I was talking about love, and I said, I love you. She says, how can you love me? You don't know me. And I said, I don't have to. I can love you because I want to. I made the choice to love. I need no one's permission to choose to be what I am. Love, pure love is in here, and I let it fall where it may. Wherever my eyes cast, it is there. And I'm not going to allow you or anyone else to interfere with that. I am man enough to love you if I so choose. So, to you. It is a decision. Purity is a decision to open your hands. You are afraid of losing something. You're afraid of losing your man, woman, car. Don't you know that you are strangling it to death? And you profess to love it? This is where light and darkness, light is going to destroy darkness because you cannot do this to me. I will not allow it. You must give it up. You will love me for what I am, because I will be what I am. If you wish to walk away, then walk. It is your choice. You are God. But you will not change me. My decision has been made long ago, and it was made for me. And in making it for me, I change the world, and I will not return it to darkness. My world is in light. I am painting now, and someone says, why do you paint with such bright colors? It doesn't look real. Looks real to me. Because when light shines on stuff, wow, the brilliance of it. Why is it? Doesn't look brilliant to you? Because you have dulled it with your mind. You are art critics. Well, see, that little part, that little balance, shut up and look with your heart, not your head. You go to a movie and criticize the movie. How are you going to enjoy and learn what statement this person is saying? If you are critical of the technical aspects, you miss the message. You will be critical of a sentence structure and miss what is being said, and all that is important is what is being said. If someone is saying, don't you walk over there, there's a landmine over there. Don't criticize the sentence structure and the way it is said. It is the content of what is said that's important. It is important. Purity of thought, purity of being, you must choose. It's just a choice. We blame it on them. Put the blame on Maine, boys. Put the blame on Maine. The Muslims make their women wear long skirts. Why? Because they are tempted to do something to them. I must protect myself from your body, so I'll cover your body instead of taking responsibility for myself. Instead of taking responsibility for myself. This is ridiculous. This is absolutely ridiculous. We must take the responsibility for ourselves. It is only a choice. Darkness, weakness, being unable to choose light. Light will always destroy darkness. You walk into your house in the night and you flick the switch, what happens? Darkness is gone immediately. So you are going to find great trouble in your life. But you have great trouble anyway. I remember that night, that fateful night when Johnny Norman died. With what I saw and what I understood, I thought, my God, I am mad. And I looked at where I had been and where I had come. And I say, if this be madness, it is better than the other madness. because this one is true and I feel good. The other one, I didn't feel so good. So if I must swap madness for madness, let it be madness where I feel good. If the whole world is mad, then let me be mad and feel good. If I must be mad, it is a choice. What do I choose to do? I understood I may never, or another person may never be close to me again. And that is okay, because they were never close to me in the first place. They were close to their own idea and desires. They tried to make me into their ideal. And I am my own ideal. I am perfect. I am perfectly me. Does this make sense? I prefer that we understand that we are not communicating than for us to not understand we are not communicating. At least we have communicated something. It is a choice. Be the being that you are. Enlightenment does not come. Enlightenment or awakening is already here. Because you have learned as a child to be childish. And you know how you used to lie as a child. You would tell a lie and swear you were telling the truth. You tell that lie until you believed it. You'd become absolutely angry because your parent didn't believe you. You remember that? See, you know you were bullshitting, just like you know you are bullshitting right now. You are not confused. You know that what I am saying to you is true. Otherwise, you wouldn't be here. See, all you have to do is take the responsibility. You know that in the relationships in your life you have been greatly misunderstood. And you know you have misunderstood others. You know it. So what's the big deal? I like Dan's statement on Night Court. I said, Dan, you're a chauvinist pig. And Dan says, so what's your point? Okay. Okay. There are wonders. Everything you've ever dreamed of awaits you. All you need do is admit the truth and live by it. You want to put up walls and defend yourself. What is to defend? When was the last time it really, truly kept you from having feelings? They will hurt me. Well, they hurt you anyway. You just pretend they don't. And you know it. So you may as well put the crap now. Drop the defenses. To be defended against what? My strength is in my vulnerability. I am vulnerable. You can kill me. I am not Superman. I can die. I accept that fact. That the worst that can happen to me has already happened. So, what's the point? What's your point? I accept the fact that I cannot control the life of one person other than myself, and I cannot even have control of that because life's flow dictates the movement of this being. Life's flow, not my head, no. You see, I belong not even to myself. I just am. myself. And you must grow to trust yourself, to trust the flow of life. You are a salmon. But remember, salmons only swim upstream to mate and die. You are constantly swimming against the current of life. You are constantly swimming upstream and you are saying, I am tired. This shit is getting old. Well, kick back, put your feet up, take a little air in your body, look up at the sky and float with the current. Rest for a while. As you rest in the river of life, it will take you exactly where you should be. And if you are judgmental, you will not appreciate it nor receive the benefit of where you should be. You are where you are. It is what it is. I am what I am. The purity of love rests within you. And you must love life for what it is. For what it is. That does not mean that you become a simpleton. Doesn't mean that. But you literally have no choice in the matter. You have no choice. Because I will be that I am. And I don't care. You can kick, scream, beg, plead. I am still what I am, and do you think I will contaminate that for you? And as I am saying I am not speaking as as you may be taking it as meaning an individual. I am using the universal I, which also I am speaking for you when you stand in this position. When you give it up, these will be your words. Not that you will be repeating my words, but they will be your words because it is your truth. I will not suffer the way I suffered in the past for a millstone, for a person who has no strength and no willingness to grow and change. No, not in my personal life. All you want to do is whimper, slobber, and cry. Not take the responsibility and be a warrior. I am a warrior. You will feel great compassion for them. But you know they are weak because they have chosen to be weak. They have chosen not to grow up. They are perpetual Peter Pans somewhere in Never Never Land, in their own personal Never Never Land called hell. I am sorry, but somewhere within woman, she has been taught to behave as a child, and we have accepted it and call it a part of our womanly condition. And when you think it makes a difference, you belittle yourself. And you accept ideas and stupidity that keep you down. Look at me. I have been in the position of a woman in this society. I am different. I am black. Bullshit. I am a man. And if you don't like it, get back. I am a man. My consciousness knows no color. I am that I am. I am that I am. I cannot be defined. To define me is to belittle me. Especially when you do it to yourself. come to know your godness and achieve miracles. No one can stop you. No one can stop you. This is the house you occupy, just like any other house. Some are white, trimmed in green, some are red, some are purple even, you know. But it's your house, and you got to have right to have the house you want. And do not think that because your house does not look like someone else's that there is a lack of quality within that house. Because the moment you do, you have created the illusion of confusion. You have created a hell for yourself, and you have put yourself down and made yourself less than others. You all know that what I say to you is so. You know it. All you need do now is choose to be so. But know your mind, because it is your mind that will teach you, that will cause you to act as other than yourself. Be by feeling. The more you allow your feelings to flow, that is energy. It opens the chakras. The heart center is a transition point between the physical world and the spiritual world. It transforms the energy, the lower vibrational energy, that energy which vibrates with a longer wavelength. That's so it's slow, so it appears to be like this. It transforms it to the next center. It's the first spiritual center. You begin to hear things that you have not heard before. Inside. And to hear, you begin to see further than you have ever seen before. You begin to see into the reality of all things. To see. And you begin to travel across time and space and understand the absolute essence of physical reality, and thereby know how to manipulate it, because it is yours to manipulate. You do so already. It is just that now you're doing it as a confused child because you refuse to make a decision to be a God. We run around with these books, holy this and holy that, and it says right there, God gave man dominion over the earth and all things in it. Dominion, not dominance. Dominion, cooperation. It responds to your will. And when your will is confused, you cannot but create confusion around you. When your will is lazy, you cannot but create laziness around you. You see, this universe is not fair. It is just. Because you create your reality. You create it by the quality of what you think and the energy that you put into it and the amount of attention that you give it. So it is just. You get exactly what you deserve. You are creating it. That person that you are upset with is not to blame. What is it within you? Pull them into your life to create a particular situation. And here you are upset with them. That is absolute, utter foolishness. It is childishness. It is beyond childishness. It is idiocy. It is ignorance. I am not calling you these names. I'm using these terms to define or to give you an idea of what is happening, a picture of what is happening. So don't misunderstand me, please. You have a tendency, if you were saying that, you'd be calling somebody an idiot. I'm not doing that. Understand, it is not fair, it is just, and all we can ever seek is justice. A warrior only wants justice. Some of you have great problems with me, but you asked for me, and I'm here. You struggle with me. You struggle with what I'm doing, but you asked that truth come into your life, and it came. Back to the words of the man Jesus, I have not come to bring peace. I have come to bring a sword. The sword will bring you peace. The sword is truth, but it cuts. And when you are cut, there is pain. But what has been cut? The umbilical cord to the illusion. The umbilical cord to the lies that you have told yourself all these years and do not want to give up. Truth cuts the umbilical cord. You will become frightened because you feel naked, instead of accepting that it is all right to be naked, because naked you are. Naked you are. You were not born in Brooks Brothers. Naked you are. Without the defenses, I need not defend anything. Understand, I can tell you the truth. Ain't a damn thing you can do about it. What are you going to do? Tell me I'm lying? What do I care what your opinion is? Because I trust in truth and truth only, and I know that what you think of me is only an opinion. And sometimes you can't find your ass with both hands, and all you have to do is reach behind you. Not because you're idiotic, but because you refuse to do so. And finding truth is that simple. Oh, there it is. It's absolutely that simple. You see? All I'm saying is that I cannot put your hands on it for you. I have to say, now you take both hands and you turn them around like this, because the knowledge must be yours. And the only way the knowledge is yours is if you have the experience of that knowledge. Does this make sense? I can't do it for you because you won't know what you did. And that doesn't make sense. I'm glad you enjoyed it. It is funny, but it is not a joke. I want you to understand that. Laugh with me, laugh loud and laugh hard. But it is as serious as things we call heart attacks and cancer. They are serious, folks. Okay. Now, what I would like to do, I will make a statement to you. If you can hold one thought, let us say for half a second, that thought becomes reality instantaneously. If you can do that with the proper energy. So now what we have is an exercise that I would like you to practice. This is going to give you the ability to transcend the illusion. If you will not decide, you see, what makes me called smart is that I have to think up things for you to do to make you do something that you should decide to do. That's what makes anybody think, oh my God, how bright the man is. You go, oh, I'm as stupid as anybody else. All right. I want you to pick. You can write it later. I would like you to pick an object in this room. Look at it. Study it. Close your eyes. See it in detail. Now, do it. Open your eyes. Look at the object again. See what you missed when you close your eyes. Study it. Do not put pressure on yourself. Just look at it. Close your eyes and see the object in detail. Open your eyes. It is an exercise. When you have become so that you can hold a mental picture of any object at any time, flawlessly, hold it, bam, then you are becoming disciplined enough for your trip. I hear it. Did I hear? Damn, that's hard. I can't do that. You see what you are now creating? I'm telling you that all is possible, and you're telling me that it is not. You are telling yourself that it is not. So you create barriers. Oh my God, that's hard. That's nonsense. It is like anything else. You just have not learned how to do it. That's all. Look at the way you look at your world. We're talking about becoming a laser rather than a flashlight. We're talking about becoming a laser. Okay. All right, now, if you have that, do it as often as you wish. As often as you wish. Practice, practice, practice. You're going to Carnegie Hall, that big Carnegie Hall in the sky. How do you get there? Practice, practice, practice. Okay, we're going to go to the meditation, and I want you to sit and close your eyes and relax. Now, once you have relaxed yourself, go to the heart center, go in here. That feeling that you have felt when you have been excited or thrilled or loving. Feel it, recall it, and just let it extend itself throughout your being, throughout your whole body. Recall the feeling and let it be there. Close your eyes and begin. There's a word that should not be a part of your vocabulary or your behavior. Comfort. It is a way of shutting down those moments you get to certain places and there's an automatic pairing. I have to do nothing no more. I'm comfortable. Well, don't you realize that that is not comfort? You must be ever vigilant and alert, even though you are relaxed. You're so used to being like this, you get home, you leave your shoes, your pants, your dress, your drawers at the door. I don't have to be good. I don't have to be sharp. I don't have to do anything. Okay. No. You can leave your shoes, your pants, your drawers, your shirt at the door, but have your senses working. Doesn't take any effort to listen. Doesn't take any effort to see. That's why you have eyes. That's why you have ears. Do not cut them off. You can lay back, relax. Use the exercise forever. Listening, seeing, smelling, feeling. Not only what you touch with your physical body, but the exercise you were just given to feel that feeling in here. And you will be alive. You would go and see another like me and sit there, and everything they say, hang on every word, but you have established a comfort zone with me. Therefore, you don't have to listen. If you're around me, you take me for granted like all other things. And I will tell you, I am a mystery. You have the greatest mystery before you. You must behave toward it as if it is a mystery. You treat me as you treat yourself. You have the greatest mystery within you. The greatest mystery novel of all times. Read it. Do not treat it as you treat me. Become comfortable. Well, he's my friend. I can just sit and talk with him. You cannot, because the moment you do that, you do not hear me. And you will see others and say, oh, wow, I've got to hear what they've got to say. Ha. How ignorant. Remember the definition of the word ignorant. To ignore. A state of ignoring. A state of taking for granted. A comfort zone. You can never be comfortable in that sense with me or anything else. You can never be comfortable in that you cut off your contact with your world and with yourself. That is not comfort. If it were left up to me, we'd bring back the Vietnam War and everybody here would go. Because you have to learn, every hair is listening, but you got to relax sometime. So you learn to go, but your ears are like a cat's. And when you relax and are listening, you feel them working like an animal's. Just like radar. Listening. Sensing. But relaxed. We use the term sleeping with one eye open. Now, it is an excellent way to learn to become aware in your sleep. Because you don't know when they're going to show up, but you got to sleep. You stand guard duty, asleep. And you hear every blade of grass. You hear an insect crawling across the leaves, and you know what it is. You know the difference between a man and a bug, or a small animal, or a large animal. You can smell it. You can feel it. This is alert. I think I'll start a war. I am simply making the point. Living life is not quantity of life, but quality of life. Being here, taking nothing for granted. Being relaxed and being ever alert. The price of freedom is eternal vigilance. I will say listen and you will strain. I will say concentrate and you will strain. No, this is not the way. Concentrate simply means to put your attention on what you're doing and nothing else. It does not require a body tension. It just means paying attention. Use your exercises. They are things that you can do anytime. You are supposed to, when you are driving your car, be looking, listening, feeling, tasting, smelling. It will make you a hell of a lot safer. But see, I got this to do. I got my job to do. You are listening, paying attention, looking, tasting, smelling. You're going to do a better job. So it is not something extra. It is what you should be doing anyway. Throw away your comfort zones. Just because you are home, you do not let go. Be in love. Be with the feelings. Feel. That is why you have them. Thank you. Namaste.